The meeting will come to order, and the clerk will call the roll.
Aldous DeMarb. Eskridge. Gruber. Paul. Harrington McKinney. Alder Kimball's excused. Alder King. Here. Alder Palm is excused. Alder Fair. Alder Rummel. Skidmore. Revere. Wood. Zellers. Aaron's. Balday. Beater CLF. Carter. Cheeks. Clear. Mr. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you. With a quorum, we are in session. If I'm not mistaken, we have a motion. I can't recall if it's on the table or before us on the operating budget.
It was just recessed.
We recessed, but at the time we recessed, was the operating budget on the table? I think it was. Okay, so at this point, motion to take the operating budget off the table would be in order. Alderman Rummel?
Move to take the operating budget off the table.
Is there a second? There is motion and a second. On removing from the table, which is not debatable, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Motion before us is the adoption of the operating budget for 2017. And at this time, if there's no objection, we can begin with amendments. First amendment is a amendment by Alderman Cheeks. Alderman Cheeks.
Move item 1 to remove $25,000 for the Muni Code upgrade.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Alderman Cheeks.
Thank you. You guys may have seen a note from Attorney May on this. This did, in fact, come to the Board of Estimates where it passed, just to be clear for those who may not have followed or noticed that.
Alderwoman McKinney, then Cheeks, and then Zellers, then Aaron's.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm not listed as a sponsor on this amendment, and it was and is intentional. And the reason that I'm not listed as a sponsor is today I saw a 16-year-old in handcuffs, and it reminded me of a commitment that I need to make in terms of the language in this document has all the right language, all the right words. And the thing that keeps me from getting on board is that the who, the what, the when, the where, all of those, and I know that Alder Fair says that these things have to be worked out. But within my gut, I've seen many programs, and the resources do not get down to the people most impacted and most affected. And so I sit here still being unable to come on board with this program because I see that there are a lot of people moving a lot of different pieces around, but it just hasn't sunk into my spirit that this will actually reach the individuals that are most in need, and if it is designed to reach the persons most in need, how it's going to do that. And whether it passes or not, I am not able to sign on with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Cheeks.
Many of you guys have been following along on the progress of the 15-point plan, which is sort of the colloquial term that has come to describe our community's collective effort to respond to a growing concern about violence in our community, right? So that started with enthusiasm at the beginning of this year in a response to an sort of rash of shootings. And Alder Fair and myself, sort of coincidentally, I mean...
Discussion on this item? I had several things I wanted to say, particularly about some misinformation, but out of respect for the time and the fact that we've completed the job, I will return to these items in the future. Further discussion on the budget? Seeing none, on adoption of this resolution, all those in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Alderman Rivera.
Thank you. I yield to Alderperson King for an adjournment motion.
Is there a second? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Off by 10 minutes.